And we are live. Welcome to another episode of the Uncensored Entrepreneurs. Today, we're bringing you the collab Manifest That Shit with powerhouse Karyn Medeiros, certified manifestation and mindset coach, international best-selling author, and the founder of ManifestHER. She's the voice behind the Manifest Like a Badass podcast, helping others to unlock their next level through the power of manifestation. And in this episode, we're going to be diving deep into the real power of manifestation. No fluff, just results. True stories of life-changing transformations, how collaboration fuels manifestation in business, and if you're ready to attract bigger opportunities, better clients, and unstoppable success, then this episode is for you. So stay tuned. We'll see you on the inside, and let's manifest that shit.
I'm excited.
We got a full house today.
We have a full house today. You know, so one thing that you guys probably don't know, Karyn Medeiros has been on a show before, but her and I have been friends for a while. And probably about 2 years ago, I started manifesting, maybe about 2.5 years ago. And I told her, because I was working with Jenny Potter, that I wanted to manifest, the love of my life. And I did. And it's because of Karyn. Like, Karyn and Jenny Potter, literally helped me manifest the love of my life. And I told her, and then we manifested a house and all this other stuff. And I would be telling her, she's like, oh my God. And I would tell her something else. So she's the whole, her and Jenny Potter, the whole inspiration behind Tony and I getting married.
Awesome. That's cool. That is awesome.
But I'm so excited to welcome Karyn Medeiros and the collaboration book authors all here today. Manifest That Shit collab authors. So I'm going to let Karyn introduce all the collaboration authors. But first, Karyn, tell us why Manifest That Shit. And I think we're all excited because we get to curse a little bit on the show today.
Again, though, this is real, raw, and unplugged. So you're
always real, raw, and unplugged here on Uncensored Entrepreneur Show.
Yes.
Well, thank you for having all of us. Me and my crew are so grateful to be here. The reason why I wanted to write my second book and I want it to be a collab is because, listen, you can listen to me all day long, talk about manifestation, all of my manifestations. And sometimes, it's just like, oh yeah, that's great. You got it because of this. You're lucky because of this. And I'm like, wait, no, so many other people have results just like me, better than me. And it's like, if you don't want to just listen to me, let me bring in 12 of my friends, some of my top students who have had the biggest transformations, some of the biggest transformations that they've ever had. And so when you came to me about the idea of why don't you do a collab book? It was literally it was an immediate yes, because I was like, yes, this is how we're going to be able to inspire the world of that. You literally can create anything that you want. And I know that it sounds, woo woo and stuff, but you literally can. Follow the steps, do the aligned actions, be in the energy, all of that stuff. So I was like, yes, I personally invited these 12 ladies for a reason. They have, each of them has a different story to tell, a different journey, a different transformation. And I know that not everybody relates to me. And so if you're not going to relate to me, relate to somebody else, relate to someone else that you can relate to. Follow them for inspiration, because at the end of the day, I want as many people in this world to know that, listen, you don't have to keep living in scarcity, lack, struggle, all of that, you literally can break out of it. So that's how Manifest That Shit came about.
So Karyn, so before we introduce all the authors, a lot of people struggle with manifesting, especially like if they are very spiritual or religious. Can you share with our audience what the difference between manifesting and prayer, and like, because so many people are saying, oh my gosh, manifest is not of God. And I don't believe that. I believe that God wants you to have anything that you want to. And, he created the universe, he created, everything like that. So that's what I think. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, I don't think that there is any difference. So I'm Catholic. My kids go to a Catholic school. They learn about God. And I don't think that there's a difference. The only difference that I think, like I think that like if you're praying, you're manifesting.
Yeah.
If you're praying, what are you doing? You're focusing on your thoughts. You're focusing on what you want. Are you not? So that's the exact same thing that manifesting is. It's just a different term. And it's who you believe is helping you with that energy. So if it's God, if it's the universe, if it's source, whoever it is, sometimes I say God, sometimes I say universe.
Yeah.
I say both. I think that there is a higher energy, and I think that it's all in one.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change somebody's mind who believes that, that it's just God and there's nothing else, or they're going to believe what they believe. But praying is the same of focusing on what you want. You're praying for something. That's what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember a couple of weeks ago, I had to, call her, and I'm like, I had somebody tell me that manifesting is not of God and that it was the devil and this, and that. And she was just like, she had to like talk me off the edge.
Yeah.
So I love her interpretation of manifestation and how it can work for you. And, she has helped me so much throughout my life and helping me. I manifested $24,000 in a day, manifested Tony, manifested our house. And I just think that it is, and I feel like it is the same. And however you take it, you just need to take it and run with it.
Yeah. I love it. And I'm so excited to find out, so much more, to just do a deep dive, Karyn, with you and with the collaborative authors. For those that have heard me on this show before, I talk a great deal about alignment. And so I talk about heart set, mindset, and soul set. And so I love the fact, it sounds like we're on the same page where, when you're really tapping everything in, that energy into a higher source, you're not just speaking something into existence. Most people, and I'm sure you'll touch base on this, manifestation, like I can just speak it and it's just happening, but it actually empowers you and it gives you the skill sets and the wisdom and all the things that are necessary to take action as well, right? To make these things happen. And so I absolutely love that. So without further ado, let's dive in a little bit. Let's dive into the book itself. If you don't mind, obviously we want our viewers and people to, now, is the book already out, or is it a pre-launch?
It's a pre-launch. It's available in 5 days. So on March 18th, it's going to be available for purchase.
All right. And anyone that's listening, if they're not actually watching, they can do that through the ManifestHER.ca, correct?
Yep. They'll be able to do that for sure. Or if you're following one of my co-authors, if you're listening on their page, they'll have their wait list open as well. And then you'll be able to grab it from them. But everyone will be able to grab it on March 18th.
Awesome. So I don't know how far you want to go into this, right? Obviously, there's so much that we could talk about for many hours. But if you wanted to talk a little bit about the book overall, or if you'd like to actually go through and introduce some of your guests, and if they want to just, even if it's like a 1 minute kind of a condensed version of their story and what's empowered them to make this move as well.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Okay, so let's introduce, I'm just going to go in order. Victoria, you're first. So Victoria is, she's one of our COLLAB authors. And I'm not going to tell their story. I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So I am Victoria. I am one of Karyn's students. So I did her manifestation and mindset coaching, and it really changed my life. After doing that, I started to believe in myself more. The craziest thing happened. We actually left Canada and moved down to the Caribbean, a dream that we've been trying to manifest for over a decade, and just using the tools that we had learned, and that's how we ended up here. And my chapter is really about that. It's about overcoming the mindset that we get stuck in. I'm in midlife, I'm in perimenopause. That is a big situation for so many of us, right? So learning how to navigate what's going on in our bodies and our minds, and still step into how much magic that we can create, how powerful we are as human beings, and how we all deserve to live the most amazing life, right? That was what came from learning how to manifest for me. And my chapter, I really hope, helps other women, or just people in general, to see that they have magic and they can overcome some really crazy things. I share in my chapter some of the massive things we had to overcome to get here. So that's me in a nutshell.
Amazing. I haven't read any of the chapters. So I got, my author proof and stuff. And I'm like, I am not reading any until March 18th, and then we can all read them together. So I
like that we're all doing that. Like, no, but everybody had access to everybody's chapter, and nobody's reading it until the actual book comes out. Yeah. And this community of women is so empowered because everybody has so much invested in this, not monetarily, but just because of what they have created. And Karyn, I love the way that you chose the people you chose, because it goes from health issues to like Victoria moving and all the other things. And it's so important that so many people can see the wide range of manifestations that this carries.
Yeah, that's why it was such a good idea to write a collab book, because again, there's so many different, like, I called it Manifest That Shit, real stories, real manifestations, because that's what it is, right? So, and we're missing, 6 other co-authors that couldn't make it today, but every single one of them has had such a different impact in my life. So I'm going to go to Megan next, because she may have to, she might have to go out a little bit early for her daughter. So Megan.
Okay, hi, I'm Megan. I had the honor and privilege of being a co-author in this book as well. I'm a mom, I'm a massage therapist, and I'm doing it on my own. So it was a lifelong, well, not lifelong, but a good 12-year dream for me to open up my own massage therapy and yoga shop. And I've recently made that happen, and overcome every single obstacle that has got me, that was in my way, basically, whether it be financially, whether it be becoming a single mom, or even, just taking a little turn to go to nursing school for a minute, and then finding my way back again to this path, and just making this dream become a reality. And just wanted to share that with the world, I guess, and that it doesn't matter how long it takes, that your dreams can come true. And once you just keep your eye on that prize, and yeah, and anything's possible, really. So that's me.
It all has happened for you, and it's going to continue.
I love that. I love that. Congratulations on being able to achieve.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
That's so kind. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's a really nice spot, and I'm very, very proud of what I've created. And the goal is to build a community, not just have it keeping the roof over my head, but to actually have it be a community, and for people to feel comfortable there and welcome, and to want to come and participate in the various workshops and other things that I would like to offer in the near future.
I love that. I
Amazing.
love that. And through this experience, right? Through this experience, it's not just the physical wellness. Now you're equipped to help others with manifestation as well. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
Thank you.
All right, let's go Trish next. Trish has had one of the biggest transformations since I met her last January.
Well, yeah, she's right. I mean, I think I owe my current life to Karyn, because I came into meeting Karyn through another person that I read her Manifest Like a Badass. And when I was reading that book, I felt like she was telling my story, like almost word for word. It just jumped out of the page for me. And then I just kept saying yes to everything she offered. And when she was offering the manifestation coaching and mindset coaching certification, I took it as well, because I thought I want to learn what she knows in order to. I had a very difficult situation I was dealing with, so I didn't manifest that. I manifested a new life. I have to say that the breakthroughs for me were incredible. But going through that coaching program, I realized that entire book that we used was something that everybody should have when they're born. It's a book about how to live your life. If everybody manifested from that book, we'd have a better world for sure. But for me, the breakthrough for me was I was in a very difficult situation trying to resolve a legal situation and some medical situations. And I was stuck, like I was about done. And I thought, you know what? I'm 63. This can't be happening to me again. Like my whole entire life was about struggling, about fighting, about all of that stuff. But when I started that course, I was like, oh, the light bulbs just went off. It was just like, you mean I can control my beliefs? I can control what I need. Like, how does this even work? But as we were just going through just a little by little, the light bulbs went off. And so I manifested a female financial advisor, because I needed to get my pension out of the hands of my corporate into my hands so I can control it that way. I manifested the end. I sued my corporation, and I won that case. But we're talking like 14 days. Like it was so quick that all of that was the end of what I wanted to get out of that. And it was just such a, pulling strings and whatnot. And so I manifested that. It happened within days, like just like that. And I am completely free. Financially, I'm good. That's the best thing. But you know what? This is about reinventing myself at my age. I'm 63 and starting all over again. When you read my chapter, you understand the struggles that I went through to get here. And I don't know that anybody else would have the strength at my age to do that. But when I met Karyn, she was the one that gave me the tools and resources to get, and can I say shit done? Because that's what it's about, right? To get things done that I was struggling with. And it was absolutely amazing. I love her to death. I owe her my life today. And right now I am in a network marketing company. That's where I wanted to be for a stream of income. I'm doing very well there, which I never did before. So using the tools and resources here, I manifested this particular group of people that I'm with in this network marketing. It's just so weird. And then also my coaching business on the side. So Karyn and I have been talking about, and we're putting the two of them together right now so I can use the manifestation tools to help other network marketers. And also out of all of that, I'm writing my own book. I'm writing my own book, like 63. I'm 60. Don't ever let age ever stop you from getting the things that you've always wanted. It's people and things in your life that stop you, that put the roadblocks there. You need manifestation in your life. Why? Because you need new tools and resources to break through all of that so that you can see clearly of what God and the universe has to offer you and just go after it. Like I'm just, like you can tell, I'm just vibrating right now because I get so excited when I talk about this, because it changed my life. Like 2 years ago, I wouldn't be here doing all this and telling you all this if it wasn't for Karyn. So Karyn is a genius, and I will say yes to everything that she has, because I want to stay connected to that. I want to stay connected to that vibration that she has. I love hearing her voice. I love watching her. So I am in such a happy place right now. And, you know, I'm a grandmother of, you know, a 13 and a 9-year-old. I'm with a blended family now. So I'm with a second marriage that is absolutely awesome. So never let life's difficulties define who you are, because that's what people want. The people that are trying to define you in that area, that's what they want to see. You deserve better. And the only way you can get through that is learn the tools for manifestation, and you can have everything you want.
I love it. I love it.
Oh, Trish, drop
Wow.
the mic.
I know. All right. Well,
Yeah.
see you later, everybody.
All right, thank you, everybody. We're up.
Yeah. Your energy, without a doubt, is very contagious. And that's what the beauty, right? The byproduct of manifestation is. It's not just a blessing for you, but all those around you. So awesome.
Thanks, Trish.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the kind words. Love you guys. Okay, who's next? Helen.
Hey, hello everybody. I'm so excited to be on here. I can't believe today has come. We're just a few days from launching this book. It's going to be incredible. And my story is similar to Victoria. I went through a bit of a burnout in midlife. I'm 59 this year, and 5 years ago, I really hit rock bottom. So my chapter in the book, I hope, will inspire women to show them no matter what you face, whether it's health related, whether you're carrying extra weight, whether you've lost yourself completely, that you can come back even stronger. I made peace with my body when I started to change my energy, because I'm a firm believer that energy is the key to absolutely everything, like you said earlier. For me, I think when I look back 5 years ago, I was actually attracting, feeling unwell, feeling negative, and something changed. I just thought, I can't keep going on like this. And the more I looked at how I was putting my energy out into the world, everything started to change little by little. And I got some amazing practices in my life to really help with that. The gratitude journaling that I do every day. I'm a big grounder. I like to stand on the grass every morning. But my story, if it just inspires one woman by me being vulnerable and telling my story of how I burnt out completely, then my job is done. If they can do what I have done, and just through being grateful, manifestation happens. They go hand in hand together. And it's such a powerful tool. And I can't believe how it's changed my life, certainly in the people and the opportunities that have come to me. It's been incredible. It kind of blows my mind. When I was reading my chapter back, I was thinking, wow, it's been quite the 5 years. And like I say, if anyone, not just a woman, but anyone who has a midlife lady in their life who may be struggling and reads my chapter and thinks, wow, you know, you can come out the other end stronger. And just like Trish, it's like, I feel like I'm starting this whole new chapter. This is kind of a more exciting time of my life than when I was younger. The opportunities, the things we can do. We've got wisdom on our side, we've got knowledge, and we've got manifestation and gratitude, which is the cherry on the top of the cake, you know, because it really can be the difference. When you change your energy, you really can change your life, for sure.
Yes, you can. Absolutely. I love all of your practices that you do, especially with your grounding and dancing in the moonlight. And obviously all of those things are really working for you. So, okay, we got two more. And the next is Joanne.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here. My chapter in Manifest That Shit is kind of, it's really the transformation I've gone on, both physically, mentally, emotionally, and most of all, spiritually in the last 5 years. I was born and raised in the hair industry. I met my husband, 24 years ago in a salon. I manifested him, but that's not in the story. But really kind of the journey in the last 5 years that I've gone on where I was completely unfulfilled. I love clients. I love my business that I had with my husband, but for me, I felt like there was so much more that I was called for. I felt like there had to be a greater purpose aside from, just doing people's hair and talking to people in a salon. So I kind of share in my chapter how I went from just connecting with myself. I created a really strong spiritual practice with gratitude and crystals and oracle cards, and just deep dove into my intuition really, and connecting with myself more, and trying to get that higher self connection so that, my mind, body, spirit was aligned. And that's kind of where I am now. I took Karyn's Mindset and Manifestation Coaching Academy last year, so I am a coach. I have my own one-on-one coaching business. I am part of Manifest That Shit a Society, which is Karyn's wonderful community filled with so many amazing coaches, but also the community that she's building there. And I have my own energy healing business and crystal business and whatnot. So it's really been a transformation in the last 5 years, and I share it in my chapter, and kind of the ebbs and flows of life, or the highs and lows, that deep diving into yourself and your spirituality and what you're here for. The journey it takes you on, it's kind of wild. So I'm excited to be here. Thank you.
Yay.
There was a couple of us who manifested husbands in this book.
Yeah, I did. I think that's one of my chapters.
It is one of your chapters, and I definitely did. He's actually watching right now, so I am excited that I got a husband again. I am like, we say husband and wife. We're like, doesn't that sound weird?
Okay, and the last one is Cindy.
Hey. Well, my goodness gracious, you ladies do it every time. I am such a ball of emotions. You guys gave me goosebumps, tears. I had to really quick. This is all these stories are just absolutely transformative, even if you're just reading it. So I'm so happy that finally 5 days is what's left. We're getting so close to the launch. My name is Cindy Martel. I am a friend of Karyn first and a student second. Sometimes it goes back and forth, but most of the time friends first and student second. I am also a grief coach, and in my chapter, it was hard for me to pick a story because we all have so many stories and we want to share them all. We're like, one chapter and 2,500 words. So do that. And so I started to pray about it. I said, you know what is the story you want me to share in this context? What is the story that is going to complement the other ones where it's unique, but somebody might need to see this, to hear this, to read this? And it took me a little while to get started, but then one morning I got up and I had the answer. And so my story in the book is about how mindset, manifestation, and grieving abandonment grief brought me to healing my mother and I's relationship. So it's definitely not something that happened overnight. It's not like I was 7 years old and I said, I want my mother to love me, although I probably said something like that, but not in I want to manifest that. But it's through a lot of ups and downs. It's through a lot of self-discovery, self-accountability. And at some point there was a big boom, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, it's in the book. There was a big aha moment where I was able to take the pain, the grief, the pain, and transform it into resilience and strength. So that's what's up in my chapter.
Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it. I love getting to know all these women. They have such amazing stories and such amazing personalities. So Karyn, tell us how you got into manifesting. Have you always been into manifesting, or how did you get into manifesting, and how can one start manifesting?
I got into manifesting. Well, I started to learn about manifesting over a decade ago, because we're manifesting every single day, every single thought. We're manifesting every single day. Everything that you focus on, you think about, that's what you are manifesting, good or bad. But it was over a decade ago. I was working in the corporate, I was working in corporate finance for 15 years, hated it, wanted out, kept asking, how do I get out of this? Like, you know, there's got to be another way. And a network marketing opportunity fell into my lap. I had no idea what network marketing was at the time. I got a product, loved it, and then someone told me I could make money from it. So I joined a year later, replaced my corporate income, and then I continued to do network marketing for the next 8 years full time. So I've been out of network marketing for a couple years, focusing full time on my manifestation brand. But because of network marketing and because I was there, in the beginning, I was like, okay, how are all these people having success? There were so many people in our industry that are having success. And I'm an A-type personality. I'm a Leo. I'm like all that stuff. So I'm like, I need to figure it out. What is the common denominator? The common denominator, I took about 6 or 7 people in the industry. It wasn't in my company. It was like, oh, I follow this person and this person. They're all doing well. Like, so I really dug in and really followed them to see exactly what they're doing. And the common denominator out of every single one of them was that they wrote in a gratitude journal. And so I was like, okay, I don't know how to do it or what I'm going to do, but let's try it. And so they all had different ways of writing in their journals and stuff. But most of them was like, listen, I write 5 things that I'm grateful for every single day. And whatever. And I was like, I'm going to take that. I'm going to write 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I went to the dollar store, bought a plain notebook, and I started every single day just writing 5 things that I'm grateful for. So I would look around the house that I was in and be like, oh, I'm really grateful for this house, or I'm grateful for this. Now I write, things I write in my gratitude journal every morning, but I think, okay, what happened yesterday that I can be thankful for today? So I started writing that or started doing that practice. And like almost immediately, I started to see shifts in my business. So I went from, not knowing kind of what to do to making millions in that company to helping others. And my life just went like that. At that time, I had a good job. We were living paycheck to paycheck. We were, trying to conceive our kids. And it just literally went up. So I've never stopped from that day. I've missed a day or 2 here or there, but it's every single day I write in a gratitude journal. And so that's how I got that's kind of what introduced me. And then I was curious of like, okay, like what else can I do around this? And then I started to learn about manifestation. And just over the years, year over year, I've just learned something new, and some things I've tried and, didn't work. And then I call myself the tweaker, not the twerker, the tweaker. I am constantly tweaking over and over and over of just, what can I make better? How can I make it better over and over? And it got me to, where I am today with manifestation. And do I have more to learn? Yes, 100%. But that's how I got here.
I love it. I love it. Like, yeah, I mean, we've heard the saying, energy flows where attention goes, right?
That's right.
And so when you talk about some of those earlier days of journaling, the other thing I love about manifestation, and you touched on that a bit, is the fact that for every person, it comes in different forms as well. I know that someone mentioned earlier about grounding themselves, going out and physically just being part of nature. And as you said, like journaling, the words that we speak, the words that we write, our intentions. I absolutely love this. It's something that I've been doing for many years, and I contribute really like the breakthroughs in my life, both personally and in business, to this attribute of manifestation. So it's wonderful.
Love it.
Victoria really tapped on the key thing here, which was self-empowerment. Throughout all of your stories, I heard self-empowerment. I grew up in a very religious household. We did not talk about topics like this. In fact, I didn't get into the personal development space until much after Tina and Robert, but I've been manifesting my entire adult life without even realizing it. And it went back to one key thing, belief in myself, and that self-empowerment. So I love the stories that you guys shared, and I can't wait to read your chapters.
Ooh, I am so excited. So March 18th, Tuesday, is the big day that all of these ladies are going to be best-selling authors. You guys can go onto Amazon and grab that on March 18th, or go to ManifestHER.ca. We're going to put this website down here. I want to kind of go through round robin and just kind of give one sentence to our audience that you want them to take away from your chapter. So Victoria, what would be like one or two sentences that you want people to take away from reading your chapter?
I think for me, it's the biggest takeaway. I want them to see that there's always going to be chaos. You can definitely find some clarity in your chaos. And when you step into your confidence, you are going to make big shifts and manifest the life you want.
Woo! Chaos, clarity, and confidence. Sounds very interesting. Trish, what are some things that you want your readers to know about you and to know about your manifestation?
One thing I just want to let them know that regardless of what you go through, and you're going to read my chapter and realize it's a lot, but that's not unusual with other people. It just it seemed like there was one thing on top of the other. One thing I want to let you know is don't let your past define who you are today. If your past isn't well, then you need to break through that in order to see what's in front of you. But I realize that I'm not defined by that. And I think that's what made me feel the way I did. I let the past define who I was. And I'm just discovering myself. Like, honestly, it's just a fun journey that when you have those breakthroughs, don't be afraid to start again. Okay. Don't be afraid to reinvent yourself regardless of what age you're at.
Even at 63, you can.
I know, like God put me on this earth for a reason, and I think I'm just finding out a little bit about it.
Exactly,
because it's exciting. It's exciting. I've always wanted to write a book. I manifested Karyn because I knew about manifestation a long time ago, but since I met her, it's changed. So don't let your past define you. Find out who you are, and let the world in front of you define who you want to be.
Ooh, I love that. I love that. Helen, what about you?
I would say no matter what stage of your life you're at, you really can change your path. So whatever we think about, be it negative or positive, it's going to come back to you in exactly the way you put it out. So the more positive you are in life, the more grateful you are in life, it really can change your destiny. I truly believe that. I've seen it with all these women. I've seen it with many, many people. When you really tap into the knowledge of being grateful, taking aligned action, you can change everything. So just tap into your energy, make sure it's positive, and surround yourself with positive energy would be my advice. And I do hope, like I say, that people can, resonate with my chapter and enjoy it. And as with all the other ladies, because it's going to be fabulous. Can't wait to read everyone's.
Thank you, Helen. Joanne, what is something you want them to take away from your chapter?
I think for mine, is the realization that, like, for things to change, you have to change. So if you keep doing the same things over and over again, you're going to end up with the same results, right? There's many quotes out there that are like that. But I think it's really just when you feel that kind of deep inner knowing that there's something more, trust your instincts. Like, I hope whoever reads my chapter is going to be inspired to just be like, you know what? Yeah, that little voice or that little nudge, like, follow those nudges. When you get that little inkling of something that, like, oh, I think I want to try this, or I want to pursue this, or hey, you know, this is an idea. It's like, don't deny it, because those are coming to you for a reason. And the reason, like, God puts manifestation and prayer, like we've talked about earlier, they're one and the same. So, I mean, when you're praying for things to change, you have to trust the nudges. You have to trust the signs that are coming to you, that are dropping in front of your face, to be like, yeah, you know what? You have to just trust and go with it, right? You have to be willing to change just that little bit to pursue the life and live the best life that you desire. So I think that's what my message would be, for sure.
Ooh, I love that. Karyn, what about you? But you have a lot of chapters, so kind of give us a little bit more than a sentence. But what would you want people to take away from all? I think you have 8 or 9 chapters in there.
I think it's all about authenticity. I think that if you live your authentic self of who you want to be, anything that you want will come to you, and it will always come to you faster. It'll come to you in the way that you want, because you're living in your authentic self. So yes, I swear a lot, and sometimes I offend people. But that's who I am, and I will attract the people that are okay with that. And so I'm not fake. I'm not in any of that negative energy. I am who I am, and I encourage everyone to live how you want to live. Stop letting other people's opinions deter you from your dreams. You know, you think, well, for Trish, I'm 63. You know, should I go ahead and invent myself? Yeah, of course you can. And of course you should, right? That God didn't put us on this earth to be mediocre. Put us on this earth to make an impact, to live your message, to live your mission, to live your passion, and whatever it is, be yourself, go out there and live it.
Oh, I love that so much. And by the way, I know that the book itself and the community is geared to empower women. So that is amazing. I will tell you though, the beautiful thing about resonating energy is that, like, I'm excited to get the book, right? Like, I'm excited for the book release.
And I'll help you too, Robert. Don't worry.
And I also have a great deal of wonderful women in my life, both personally and clients. So I want them to get the book as well. And I think it's beautiful to hear the things that you're talking about. Most of us, we never reach this level of true, like our highest self, or being able to even tap into the power of manifesting, because we're trying to emulate or be someone else.
Yeah.
And so when you live in authenticity, as you just stated, whether you're a person that has a certain kind of a rough edge, or you like to say use certain language maybe that others don't, but you're being your authentic self. And so many of us groom ourselves and program ourselves to be someone else, which is typically why they never experience breakthrough, right? So I double down on that. Absolutely.
I think we missed one person. So Cindy, I don't know if you heard, but can you give people the last sentence or two of what you want people to take away from your chapter?
Yes. I think that one thing that I want people to know is that all of your wounds and your traumas do not have to define you today. You have the power to heal if you want to. So mindset is really, really important. If you want what you want, then put your money where your mouth is and do the work, and realize that the life that you actually want to live, it's right there for you to grab it and live it. So the wounds and the traumas, they're there to teach you something. And once you understand it, now you become a wise person, and you take this in your baggage and you move forward. And maybe you help other people in the way.
Ooh, I love it. All right, so March 18th is the day, Tuesday. You can grab your book, your copy, get a couple for you, your best friend, your sister, your mother, your husband, whoever it is, because everybody, just like they said here today, everybody is manifesting something in their life, whether you know it or not. And let me tell you, it has been completely changed, has changed my life completely. me being the gratitude specialist and now transforming into a self-publishing coach, I was able to publish this book with all these amazing authors and get their stories out there and to help the world. And even at 63, you can change your life and get a chance. So you are never too old to share your story. You are never too old to start manifesting. So start manifesting that shit today, or on Tuesday, you can start manifesting that shit. Thank you guys all for being here on the Uncensored Entrepreneur. Go ahead, Robert.
Are we signing out? Is that what we're doing? That was perfect, Tina. That was perfect. No, I'll just close with the final remark as well. Understanding, because for those that have never manifested, when you start to put these things, words and thoughts on paper, and you start to manifest, it will lead you at times through a storm, right, to get to the other side. And so don't think by any means when you're going through these struggles, as many of you have stated, and I know it's in your story, as Cindy, you stated about, the trauma and the pain that you go through, like those wounds have been already laid out so that when you finally get through them and those wounds can become scars, that they are the reminders, and you needed to go through that journey to get to the other side and to manifest the dreams that you were intended to have. So very awesome. Star, any other final remarks?
Yeah, just live your life on your terms. I loved where we tapped into the authenticity, build your dream life, know what it is that you desire, and just go after it.
Awesome. All right. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. But no, thank you so much, Karyn. Thank you so much for coming on. Very excited. March 18th, we'll make sure that everyone knows this across all of our channels. And we're definitely going to bring each and every one of you to that #1 bestseller status. And so we're super, super excited about that. I can't wait to hear more. And we'll definitely have each and every one of you on future looking as well, so that we can continue to discuss your breakthrough. So thank you once again for being on another episode of the Uncensored Entrepreneurs. Watch us every single Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we will see you next week.